How is everybody doing today? Just getting on TikTok as well. How is everybody doing today? Give you guys a little time to jump on. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? We are doing some live readings and activations on both YouTube and Facebook. So please do put your questions into the comment window. I'm sorry, not on Facebook. I'm on TikTok today. A little tired from last night, but let's see what we have going on in the energies today. We'll look at some collective energies. We'll look at some love energies. We'll answer a few questions for people. And let's see what the first set of cards that I'm drawn to. I think I'm just going to start with what I usually start with, which is our default energy readings, to see what energy readings are for this Thanksgiving day. For those of you who are just starting your meal, it's good entertainment. For those of you who just need a reprieve from your relatives, we can do some readings. Or for anybody who wants a quick reading, quick one question. I'm doing free one question per person. And I can do some paid mini reads as well. Let's see what the energies are for the collective for today, for Thanksgiving. Spirit, what are the energies we have for Thanksgiving? It can be a very trying time dealing with relatives who aren't really into spirituality and are a little judgy. A lot of us grew up with a lot of traumatic families. So let's see what energies we have for today. We could probably do a little activation later too to clear some of the energies for conflict within family when you're sitting with your family too long. So Spirit, what are the energies that we had for today? So today's energies, we're still seeing all tied up, right? A lot of us feel like we're kind of bound, we're kind of stuck, we're kind of in that not so great place. So we have to kind of be wary of that, knowing that we're only stuck because we choose to be stuck. And let's see what other. So Spirit's also saying we're getting a little bit of hostilities today too. It took me a little while to read all this stuff here, but these hostilities, I think, are starting to fade away because you know why? There's a journey that's coming down your path for the collective, and it's going to be a journey to balance, to love, to the balancing your twin flame maybe, and it's a journey. It's the angel of love is coming in, and the angel of love is filling your heart as you balance yourself out, and we're going to get a blossoming of abundance. And with that blossoming abundance, we're going to be a happy family. So there's some beautiful energies. We just got to get outside, get out of these energies of November. They're just kind of still a little bit angry, a little bit tied up. It's time for us to go on to that journey of balance, allowing more love into our lives. And as we do, we're blossoming with abundance. And that happy family uh, is ready for you at this point. So I hope those resonate with you. Let me know if they do. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Help me beat the TikTok algorithm, so to speak. The more you comment, the more you put hearts and stuff like that out, the more you interact, the better it moves out the algorithms for both TikTok and for YouTube as well. So if anybody has any questions, I am doing one question per person. We're gonna do some questions. We'll do a little bit more collective energy. I think today the mermaids wanted to have a little say. I was hearing them in my dreams last night saying that they wanted to put out a few messages for the collective. So let's see what messages of love. Hello, Lenore. It's good to see you. Um, so let's see what messages of love and messages of guidance that the mermaids want to bring to the collective at this point. Doing a little pop up for Thanksgiving. That's for those who, need a little cheer up, need a little activation, might need a question answered, while they're waiting for the turkey to cook, or if you're just getting up, depending upon where you are in the world, or just got finished with your dinner. So let's see what the mermaids have to offer us for today. And the mermaids are telling us take the helm, be in control of your own ship, right? Don't allow the ship to just kind of run on its own. And they're saying move. Barnacles will grow in a dock ship. So don't be a dock queen, as they call it. Make sure you're always growing, constantly moving, and not so much moving from place to place, but moving in the direction of your healing. You're always constantly evolving, because if you're staying stagnant, you're stuck. And if you're stuck, a lot of times it turns into a depression or comfort in trauma, right? And then patience. The tide will come when it's ready. And so some of you may kind of feel stuck, and that's why the barnacles came out. And the mermaids are saying, "Don't worry, the tide's coming. Your ship is gonna start floating. You may have to wait just a little bit longer before you take that helm." So I hope that resonates with anybody. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Great to see you as well, Lenore. I am live on both TikTok and YouTube today. I'm going to probably do an activation or two for everybody. And for those of you who are just starting meditation, if you visit my Silver Fox Spiritual Meditation or Silver Fox Spiritual YouTube channel, I put a meditation up a couple days ago. It's going to help you guide yourself to your own internal self. And as it guides itself to you, I put a little light language in there, very little. It's mostly a guided meditation, and the light language is there to keep those parts of yourself that don't want to meditate, that don't want you connecting within yourself, to help connect yourself. So try it out. Let me know if you do enjoy that. And let's see what other energies want to come out today. We're going to look at some love energies. Spirit, what situations do you want to show for a collective today within the space of love? Okay, let's see what we get here. What else? Okay, we got a few cards here. So let's see what Spirit's wanting to tell us around the space of love. And Spirit's basically saying, your divine masculine, it's coming through, right? This divine masculine is starting to realize who he is, or she, because remember, masculine is an energy. It is not a gender when it comes to cards, right? He's a little bit conflicted, hot and cold, or they've had a lot of multiple choices. They've kind of been out in obscurity, kind of hiding in the shadows, so to speak. They're secretly watching. Um, they're thinking, craving, desiring, right? They're looking at you, especially in this holiday season, because now they're, even if they're with somebody, they're not with somebody, and they're secretly desiring you, whoever that person is, whether you've met them or not. Right? There's a lot of conflict within themselves, and we've got two conflicts, right? Which is telling you there's a huge amount of conflict with them. They may be going through some tower moments. But Spirit's saying you need to have a stronger foundation. You can't have this shaky foundation over here. You can't have this dishonesty. You need intimacy, right? And what is intimacy? That's vulnerability, right? That's truly what it is. It's being okay to be vulnerable, to be in that space where you are not worried about whether you're going to get stabbed in the heart. You're allowing yourself to be seen in the way that you truly are, not in how you project. You take your mask off. right? Spirit's saying have some boundaries, right? Make sure that with this intimacy there is boundaries, knowing that you're not going to allow that toxicity anymore. Um, for some of you, you may feel like there's a curse or witchcraft on you, and if there is, well, guess what? It's you're allowing it. So you got to get in to understand what part of you is allowing that to happen, right? Because nothing can happen to you unless you're allowing it. I don't care if you have a 50,000 D shield up. It's going to get through every time. And why? And this is why, I'm Silver Fox Spiritual Healing. Tarot reading is a tool, but I don't do stories. I tell you what's in the energies. And this is one of the things that, from a spiritual healing perspective, you're allowing it. If it's affecting you, you're allowing it because nothing can harm you if you don't allow it to. However, at one level, one part of you, one version of you is allowing it, and so it's getting itself in. And that's why, like, you can do a lot of light language, you can do a lot of Reiki, you can do a lot of different things, and you'll get a temporary reprieve, but then all of a sudden it comes back in again. It's because you don't believe it worked, number one, and number two is because you're allowing it at some layer within your subconscious, and you have to get to that part of you that doesn't. Light language will help you. Same with Reiki for short term, and you'll just keep on having to reuse it, and that's okay, until you can get to this place. But you're going to have to get to the place of understanding why you're allowing it in your field, and you need to remove it. Influences, right? Attachments, third parties, peers. And so this has been a lot of the problems that you guys have been sitting into. And Spirit's saying it's time now to get into that foundation, allow for yourself to be a little bit more vulnerable, show your true self out there. And as you show your true self out there, as you become vulnerable, as you open your heart, there's new beginnings coming in, right? And so let's hope for December to have these wonderful new beginnings that are coming in. And Lenore's asking, could you do some light language activations for Archon's parasite attack? I did one, it's not working. Well, there's two things of why it wouldn't work, Lenore, on spiders, and this is kind of one of the ones I'm going to do. And actually, I am going to be doing another one for attacks. I do have a bunch of parasite ones already in there. If you look at my playlist, I have a playlist for implants and stuff like that, and there's a few different parasite ones that will help you. I'm going to be doing a light language sometime today. I'm not sure when I'm going to publish it, but there's some implants that were put in around the Lemurian times, which were really, really, really bad. And it's time for them to come out. The energies are starting to become conducive for them to come out. So I'm going to try to channel some codes to allow that to work. So for those of you who are watching on TikTok, for those kind of things, the light language stuff, I'm generally going to be doing that on my YouTube channel. It's Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube. I have two YouTube channels, Silver Fox Spiritual. And I also have Silver Fox Spiritual Dash readings. I split them out because the sheer amount of readings that I do daily, it's just too much, and it would overshadow the healing. And the Silver Fox healing is what my main focus is. So with that, does anybody have any questions? I'm doing one free question per person. I will do some mini reads if you want to do some mini reads today. I'm going to do a super special that will not be published anywhere. If you see it on the live, you get lucky. For the next 2 days, I will do What's Blocking You in Love for $5. It's normally a $10 um, read, and I'll also do $10 personal light language, like a small one. I call it a mini. It'll be about a minute. I can do that live right here. So if you're interested in either one of those, let me know and take advantage of the Black Friday sale that you see. It's right there. I'm pointing at it in the video, and that is for um, full reading and personal light language. Both of those usually run $55. You have 2 more days to take advantage of it. You can gift it, but you have to purchase it before the 30th, right? So we can reschedule it another time because I'm pretty time constrained at this point to only Thursdays and Sundays to be able to do that kind of a read. So with that, let's do some more collective energies. Let's go to the full tarot deck. Let's see what other energies are, and if anybody does have a question, let's go for there. And for Lenore, I'm just going to do a quick activation in a little bit. Not yet. I want to get a few more viewers up here so we get some good activations going. But I'm going to do one just for Thanksgiving, and it's dealing with family drama today. But definitely look at the one that's going to be published a little bit later today. For this one, I feel more called to just helping people, kind of clear the family energy, because there's always a lot of conflict during this time when you're in with family, and you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. You were born with those. So, Spirit, what do you want to say to our viewers that are watching here for this Thanksgiving day? And let's see what the tarot wants to tell us. Okay, so the first thing that came up here, right, is this is the or 5 of cups, right? And so if you look at it, this person's crying over spilled milk, right? So there's a lot of things that a lot of people are in that energy, and that energy usually comes from conflict from family, right? Because three cups of that wine are spilled, but there's still 2 cups left. So why are you crying? You still got a couple cups of wine. Should be enough to make anybody happy. But this person's in a little bit of sorrow because he's not realizing what's behind him, and only seeing what's right in front of him. And this guy over here, right, coming in, right, and this is I think what, the 9 of Wands, and he's just coming out of a conflict, out of a forest. He's still hurting, right, from all of this spilled milk. He's not really seeing it yet. He's just coming out of that forest. And we have the Queen of Wands here as well. And the Queen of Wands is kind of an angry energy. She's really not in that place of being happy yet. She's a queen, but you see the black cat. She sees that there's lots of anger around here about stuff. But Spirit's saying, don't fret. Justice is coming. So for those of you who put in good karma, well, guess what? Your good karma is going to come back to you multiple times. If you haven't, well, guess what? Justice is going to be served. So be careful what you're doing, how you're acting, what you're doing within yourselves consciously and subconsciously. But when justice comes, there's going to be a party. So it is on its way, that happiness, that party. Um, we gotta get out of this energy here, this anger, this, hey, I just got, this guy looks like he got smacked in the ass, coming through all those trees. This one's crying, as our reader here says, Sonia, focusing on the spilt milk, and that's right, it is focusing. And for those of you who do read tarot, I read it the way I just look at the picture and see what it says to me, and then I just channel what I want to channel. I'm not a traditional tarot reader. I like the oracle cards a little bit better, but uh, and so, Brian, however long you should go through, how long should you go through that ancestor healing process? I think you should go to it until they tell you to stop. It's never ending, but keep on working with that. So these are the energies. Let me know if they do resonate within the collective here. Um, let's see what else is. Would anybody like a card? Put your question into the chat window. I love it when people are chatting and having a great time. Helps me with the algorithms. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual Readings, please do, only because I'm trying to get that one off the ground a little bit more. It's been a little bit sluggish, but hey, a little help never hurt anybody. And so with that, let us see some of the I think I'm going to get some messages from the dragons today. I haven't pulled the dragons out in a while, so let's see what messages I can get from the dragons. And if I get a few more people on this live, I'm going to do a light language activation. And the activation we're going to do is for holiday cheer, so to speak, to help you get out of that, energies. And so, Angel, will you and Sky be working on your relationship soon? We'll answer that question as well. Let me get through the dragons. And so, for all those who are, still joining and watching, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Donations are absolutely wonderfully appreciated, not required. If you do get a card read, all I ask is that you go ahead and like, follow, and share. Maybe subscribe to my Silver Fox spiritual reading channel. And what else do the dragons want to tell us? Okay, we had a few come out here. So dragons haven't come out for a while. I've been deeply connected with the dragons for a very long time. Um, and so the first one that's coming out is the aquamarine dragon from Neptune, right? And this is accessing your deep soul wisdom within. And the reason why you want to access that, and this is because we're all kind of in that November-ish, October-ish. We had so many portals coming through that it's just made our energies crazy. And what Spirit's saying is you need to go within, right? The dragons are telling you it's time for you to go within, but going within is a choice. Healing is always a choice. You can uh, be in that place of what I call the hamster wheel of karma all that you want, and that's okay. But as you stick yourself into that place, you can choose to get out of it at any point. If you choose to stay into trauma, that's okay too, because Spirit doesn't care. Spirit is only going to support you when you choose to support yourself. It's not going to happen automatically. You have to put your first step forward. So we're also getting another blue dragon here, right? The deep blue, keep your life or keeps you safe by clearing your pathway, right? And so when you see two blues here, right? This is all about your throat chakra, communicating, being in your truth, communicating your truth. Now, we'll also see a little bit of that fiery energy, which really means that you got to, clear some of your creativity from your sacral. That's your creation energy. And as we look at that orange and blue energy again, we're getting the air and fire dragon, right? And the air and fire dragon is expanding your creative energies. Didn't we just say that? And so you can see right here, kind of like mirrors. So this is also something telling you that if you have a person, you guys are mirroring these energies, but these energies both need to be clear. You have to allow for that creativity, have healthier, because the sacral is creativity and sexuality and sexual energy. You need to clear that. And how do you clear? Part of it is through clear communication, not toxic communication. All right. For we also have the pure white dragon for Orion, right? Transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. So you're being divinely guided, right? That this is all energy coming in through the crown, that white energy, that's divine energy coming in. And we also notice purple, which is third eye. And sure enough, what are we seeing again? We're again seeing that same mirroring happening, which is Archangel Gabriel's dragon, which is a white dragon as well, brings purification. And so you see the mirroring in the energies that are showing up in these cards, and these cards are telling you that your person and you're going through some sort of a mirroring portion at this point in time. And your person doesn't have to be, a love interest. It can actually be a friend, a mentor, whatever. But there is a mirroring energy going on between you all right now, and you're getting divinely guided. But you have to start clearing this out and clearing the so maybe we'll do that as well inside of that light language activation. Clear out third eye, crown, and maybe that's the balancing we need for the family today. The dragons are telling us that. So with that, let's look at angels. Let's look at angels' questions. So I'm going to scroll back up here, and welcome to everybody who is joining both on YouTube and through TikTok. Angel asked, will Sky and you be working on your relationship soon? And so the answer always lies within you, Angel. Are you trying to work on it, or are you waiting for that to happen? And Sonia will answer that question too if we can. So, Angel, will you be working on your relationship soon? It starts with you, as we always say. And Spirit saying next month. Well, next month is in a couple days, so it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone and have that conversation. That's what I'm getting from Spirit for Angel. So I hope that um, resonates. Okay, and Amanda, I'll get to your question as soon as I'm done with Sonia. So Sonia, you feel like your soulmate is near. Do you know him, or have I used to meet him? I keep falling in love with guys, having my heart open so much. So, Sonia, the first thing that the first thing I'm feeling, just as intuitively feeling from your energy, is that you are a little bit on the codependency, and that's what's kind of killing it. So we're gonna validate this, and this is one of the readings, like I said, I'm gonna do a $5 what's blocking you in love reading for anybody who is watching today. It is a special. It's only for today, and tomorrow you can order it, and I'll do it. But I'm going to show you a sample of that. So what's going on here with Sonia? What's the energies? What's blocking her in love? And let's see if they're going to tell us the same thing I felt. So, untrue stories. You tell yourself bad things, change your stories, and see that the good can happen, right? And what does that mean? So, what it means is that uh, why you keep on falling in love and then falling out of love is because your choices, right? Your choices are unhealthy choices. And the reason you're unhealthy choices is because you're afraid of opening up to yourself. And you may think your heart is open, but what it is your heart, is clinging, is more of a better way. That's why I call it codependency, is because you're grabbing onto the next best person down the line and keep on grabbing onto it. And you grab onto them. Why? Because you know that they are not healthy for you, but it allows you to create that story around yourself that you're never going to find that person, right? And a lot of us do this. This is not, please don't take it as a negative stuff. This is just an awareness thing, right? Once we're aware, we can tweak and we can adjust. And the awareness is that many of us will chase after toxic people, will only go for those ones that seem exciting. Why? Because it's an energy of as my co-host who joins all the time, it's an energy of excitement and trauma, because that trauma creates that toxicity, and that toxicity then draws you to more toxicity because you're comfortable in it. But what is it really doing is you're protecting your heart by getting hurt. And that's what the way your subconscious does it, is because it says, hey, well, I got really, really hurt from this one experience, and I'm never going to open up my heart again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on manifesting the same toxic experience over and over again to show me that I will never get back into that place again. And yet it's destroying you even more. And so how do you get out of that, right? And it's all by healing, right? And by choosing better choices. And how do you choose better choices when you're so used to a trauma response, right? The analogy I use is that you're living in a cave that's dark, damp, and cold, and wet, and nasty, and musty. And all of a sudden, sunlight comes in. So you see this one person that really could be your person. And what do? You run away because the light's too bright. It's too hot. I'm getting blinded. I can't do that. And you run away from that energy. Why? Because you're comfortable in the toxicity. So many of us, what happens is it turns into a friend zone. Like the person that, the person that you are meant to be with, sometimes you wind up friend zoning them. Why? Because they are too comfortable for you and it almost seems boring. And yet you get along all the time and you tell them everything about all the bad relationships you have, but at the same time, you don't see that person for who they are. And why don't you see it? Because you're in that toxicity. So I know I rambled a little bit. I hope this makes sense to you. I'm going to give you a timing as to, you know, where there's a possibility of love entering into your life. And again, remember, when we look at timing, timing is fluid. It all depends on you. The way to get to that love, that soulmate, is to heal, right? It's getting in touch with your own self and to release each trauma one by one. It is a slow process, but it will serve you for a lifetime. So I hope that makes sense. And let's get your timing, Sonia. And Spirit's telling you it's the wrong time, right? And why? Because you got to go in and heal first. So, definitely go look at my light language channels with healing. Uh, I can help you if you're open for it within light language to help opening up that heart and helping bring into your awareness. Try the meditation that I posted on YouTube. It's for free. My sale for this week, it's ending 35 for a full reading, 35 for personal light language. That ends on the 30th, and we'll do a quick sample so everybody can experience light language in a little bit. But if it resonates, maybe reach out for that. It's still, it's still good till the end of the week. And so with that, I did have a question up here from Amanda. Will Geo give us another chance soon for a romantic relationship? So I'm not sure who Geo is, but will you have another chance for that romantic relationship with your person? And Spirit saying, let it go. This is not the person for you, not the energies for you. So that's my answer on that one, Amanda. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. For all those joining, I am answering one question per person. I can do some mini paid reads today. You can schedule a reading if you would like. And let me get a little answer here for Kamal. Kamal is one of my oldest viewers. She, not by age, but by just amount of time that she's interacted with my channels. A big favorite of mine. So let's see what Kamal we have. Spirit, what do you want to tell Kamal right now in this moment? And so for anybody who wants a reading, just please like, follow, share, and subscribe. All right. So Kamal, seems like there is an ending coming through for you, meaning that some of the stuff that's been holding you back is it's dying a quick death. This is an ending. May seem a little bit painful at this point, but I'm feeling, I want to pull one more card. I'm feeling this is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, because when we have a death, we have a rebirth, and rebirth is usually a little happier time. And Spirit's given it, wow, Spirit gave me four cards for you. And Spirit's saying, yeah, judgment's coming in for you, for all the people that wronged you. So if you've done well with your karma, well, it's going to come back, and really get it through for you. Spirit's saying that you have the strength to go through this ending, so to speak. And the Page of Pentacles is coming up. And what is a page? Page is usually that quick, fast energy. So this is a page that's thinking a little bit more about what they're doing before they do it. Not quite a Knight of Pentacles who comes in really, really strong, but it is one that is coming in with a correct approach, maybe a little bit sloppy, but it's coming in, and you're getting the King of Cups, and that means that you're going to get some abundance coming in. King of Cups is always around abundance. So I hope these resonate with you, Kamal. I think the tides are turning in your favor, so to speak. And with that, let's do a little take a little break here, do a little bit of light language. If anybody wants to receive the light language, all you have to do is set the intention to be able to receive it. And Kamal, a mini paid reading is similar to what you saw here, but maybe a few more cards inside of it. And that one runs $10 for today and tomorrow. So with, it's not going to be more than 5 or 10 minutes tops. So for those of you who would like to receive some light language, we're going to do one. We're going to do a little system clearing here from the crown all the way down to the third eye. We're then going to clear out the throat chakra, and then we're going to go straight down to the sacral. And we're going to do a clearing on all of that. These clearing is going to try to help you kind of move some of that energy that's stuck right now, because the holidays, the family troubles, issues, and stuff like that. So if you're interested in receiving it, what you do is you listen with your heart open. You don't listen with your head, because you won't understand it. And at the same time, what you're going to do is you're going to ask for your highest self, your spiritual team, whatever you resonate with, to come in from outside of the polarity space, because we want to make sure this is the cleanest energy possible coming through. We want it with the frequency of love and oneness and also at the same time, we want to have no harm to anyone. And so we need to set those intentions. And as we set those intentions, we're going to do some clearing. So don't, like I say, most people will experience something, whether it's a tingle, whether it's an emotion, burps, flatulation, uh, hiccups, yawns. They're all means of releasing, and you'll know that it's something they're meant for you. Some people won't experience anything, and that's okay too. Just you need to allow for it to happen and want to have the healing. Anything that is not meant for you, your spiritual team will bat away. So don't worry on that side as well. So we're going to set that intention. I'm going to ask my highest self from outside of polarity to come in within the frequency of love, frequency of oneness, and with no harm to anybody, only the lightest of light energies. And we are going to do a big clearing for the sacral, for the crown, for the third eye. We're going to do the throat chakra. And let's add the heart in there too. We'll go all the way down the line. Let's do a full system clearing from the complete set the intention for some roots to grow from your feet into Mother Earth to allow for this clearing to push this energy in. And so with that, let's get going. Shapatna io shatna di papa we pa uni ya ya pa ho shapatna ni ju papa na a show pa shahana he shi papa no pa ya ya papa papa ye pa ni sha we pa no ju pa na pa ya shu no pa ne he papa pa uja shanana ni ji papa na ya papa papa usho pa na ya papa na he ju pa na de ja pa ne he papa na ya pa u ju pa pa na na shi pa hu shu pa na pa u ju pa na ni shi pa hu no pa u ji sha ne he pa ne he u ju pa ha na ja pa sha ne he shu a sha na pa shi sha na pa u shu pa na ya pau hu sha ne e pa nia pa no hu pa ya pa ni shi pa na ye pa na hu sho pa no hu pa u shu pa ne pa u shu pa wo. All right, so that was just a quickie, really short. Let me know how everyone experienced that within the comments, and that was meant to kind of clear out your whole energy channel, which generally gets clogged up when we're in intensity of family holidays, holiday pressures. So let me know how that all experience for you guys. And let's pull some cards around what energies want to show up for love for today. And then maybe we'll get some messages for from your person for some of those who are in separation. I also do a messages from your person read as well. Please do check out some of my readings. And so with that, let's see what energies of love want to come out for today for this collective who is watching on Thanksgiving. One more card, two more. Okay, Spirit, let's see what we have. You got butterflies in your tummy. It means you had some clearing to do, which is good. You may experience some emotions coming up today, and that's okay. You want to release it and allow whatever comes through, comes through. But that is what, that'll give you a little light experience of what light language can do for you. And just remember that as you release, sometimes your self, those parts of yourself, because we have multiple parts of ourselves that want to heal and multiple parts that don't. Some of those parts get a little bit angry, so you might feel something happening. They might throw a few chaos as this integrates in. Drink lots of water. For many light languages, you're not generally going to see it, but for really big, deep healing, when you do a big, deep healing, there's always an up, and then it's a quick down for a lot of people because you have to let those energies go. They get a little cranky. They want you to stop healing, and so you have to intentionally just allow whatever's happening. Try to just disconnect yourself from it, and then that healing happens and you get to the next level. It's always an up and down. It's like a cycle, and that's why you're meant to detach and slow down, and allow things to happen rather than fight it. Okay, so for many of you in love, there's the golden mirror, right? This is a self-absorbed person, but also means that you guys are potentially mirroring yourselves at this point. You're possibly going through similar experiences. There's a lot of options going on within this person, but they're still heartbroken. Even with all these options, they're still kind of, looking at themselves in the mirror like, what the heck? Because they have a lot of passion for you. And somebody's a chaser here. Now, I don't know if it's you that's a chaser or your person, but there's a lot of chasing energy in there. And so it's time to cut that chasing energy out and transform and get the clarity. Let's see. I feel one more set of cards needs to come out. I'm going to see what the romance angels want to tell us within love as well, because there's other energies still there that need to come out with that. So, Spirit, what is the energies available for love for people watching today? And so, Spirit saying, in order for this to get clarity, you're going to need to get into this forgiveness, to get out of this space here, move forgiveness and get over to the change, the clarity, and trust, right? You need to trust yourself. You need to trust that that love is coming in, and it's worth waiting for. And we say it's worth waiting for. That means you're in divine timing. Things need to be healed on your side. And when we talk about love, it's always we talk about what can we do? How does it relate to us? Because if you're seeing something in your 3D world, you're manifesting it. You're creating your entire 3D experience, including what everybody else is doing to you. You're somehow allowing it and you're creating contracts to allow that to happen. And how do you kill it? You have to remove the contracts. And how do you do that? By healing. You have to break those contracts that you sign or your subconscious truly has been signing in on behalf of you. And most of our subconscious creates these contracts outside of our conscious awareness. And that's what keeps us stuck all the time. But if you do follow through your path and you work on yourself and you heal, there's a great passion. See, we've got double passions there. There's a great passion that's going to be coming and you're going to find that energy. So I hope that resonates with some of you here who are watching on my Thanksgiving. I'm tired of waiting for the food to be cooked and I want some entertainment. So I'm going to go watch some card readings, get an activation, ask a question or two. So if you are here and you would like a question, there is no charge for one question. I am available for mini read. So if you want a mini read right now, you can send me a PayPal or a Venmo, and I can do a mini read right here. And it's probably going to run about 5 minutes or so. We'll pull a few decks worth of cards, and we can kind of delve into a single question or just general energies around yourself. And for those looking for a mini light language activation, I can do it for specific issues or blockages that you have. That will run $10 today. And that's going to be, like I say, very similar to what we just did for free. So you had an idea what that experience is. And Lenore wants to know, does Spirit have a message for you today? Well, let's find out, Lenore. Let's see which deck I am drawn to. I think I'm drawn to the energy deck for you, Lenore, today. So let's see what Spirit has for you. And for those of you who have received a reading, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. So Spirit, what is for Lenore? That popped right out. So Lenore, you got community, right? And when we have community, that means to, kind of be in that energy with your friends, your relatives, your community. Today's a great day to hang out for that. Now, I know you're not in the United States, but today from the United States perspective is what we call Thanksgiving, where a lot of friends and family come through. And so perhaps if you have some reason to, get out and celebrate with your friends, go hang out, get a glass of wine, have a cup of coffee, go get some desserts or have some fun. Spirit saying is to get out of your house and be with your friends and family. Hope that resonates. And with that, do we have anybody else that is looking for some questions being answered on this Thanksgiving while we're waiting for our turkeys to be cooked and all of the food to be ready? Or if you've already eaten and you're not into that space, then, perhaps this is time to ask some questions around conversations that you've had at the table or just anything that you feel is inside of your energy. And while we're waiting for a few people that are looking for a question. I'm going to pull up what's blocking in love for the collective that is watching here, that has been brought into this awareness. And like I say, if you were guided over here, you're guided for a reason, whether that's to ask a question or to just see an answer or just one of the collective readings here. So we're going to say, what is blocking the collective here that is going to watch this on the replay? And we're in live. And for a lot of you, playing games, right? You don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. And what does that mean? I mean, so let's look at the initial start of a lot of relationships. It's a texting back and forth. You meet somebody, and all of a sudden you say, okay, well, I have to wait 3 days before I respond. I can't respond right away because that'll make me feel too interested. No, be yourself. Stop playing the games and be the one that is, honest with themselves. Look, if you're in the right energy, they'll be in the right energy too. And if they're not in that right energy, well, that's your clue. If they start playing games, you don't want to be into that space. So this is what's blocking a lot of you guys here who are watching today or watching on the replay. And so with that, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Uh, Donations are absolutely wonderfully appreciated, but not required. I'm going to give a few more minutes to see, does anybody else have any questions, would like a reading? Do take advantage of my Black Friday special. Uh, it's $35 for a full reading, 35 for a personal reading. And for anybody watching, I'm also doing a $10 mini light language and also a $5 what's blocking you personally within love. Each of those can be scheduled at a later date. Doesn't have to happen before the 30th, but I do need payment before the 30th so that you can do it. It makes a great gift card. You can gift this out. Makes a great holiday present. Something a little bit unique, not just like a silly stuffed animal or socks or some ugly T-shirts. There's so much better for people. And Summer, let's see what's going on. Shanice, let's see what's going on with you and Purnell. I'm going to ask the universe a yes or no question here, and then we'll maybe pull a card about the energies in that. So, universe, what is going on? Is Purnell having second thoughts about the relationship? And you got to ask yourself, why are you wondering about that? Because there's something in the energy that you're feeling that's not there. And this is what the universe is telling you: stop with these thoughts, right? End it now. I feel it's not so much the relationship, but the the thoughts that you're having. That's like a loop. I'm feeling like a loop, and let me know if this is true, that it's looping in your head, loop, 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 loop. And so if it is looping in your head, these kind of thoughts, these are thoughts of trauma. And what you need to do is you need to heal that trauma, right? And what happens is that a lot of times, relationships specifically, whether it be friends or whether it be romantic, somebody will start looping around fears, right? And it's a fear. And so what you have to do is kill the fear. And how do you kill the fear? By healing the timeline where the two of you, because you probably had thousands of lifetimes together, and killing that timeline, healing it is what you need to do. And so you have to keep setting that intention. Now I can, like I say, if you want a personal light language, definitely reach out for my sale. It's perfect for that. But the light language will help you become aware of what that lifetime is, and then start to heal the lifetime. You don't want to change it, because what happened in that lifetime, and there's trauma between the two of you, and so you're attacking each other, right? And not consciously, like Parnell has no idea that he's doing this, right? And you're probably doing the same thing to him subconsciously, because it's a trauma from a past life, whether you slit his throat in a past life, or you were a man and he was a woman, and all of a sudden he went off to war and got killed and left you alone. There's trauma there, whatever it is, and you need to heal it. And there's probably thousands of lifetimes with it, because you replay that trauma all the time. And those loops are a basically a warning sign, a flag saying, hey, this needs to be addressed, but you have to stop the loops. And the only way to stop the loops is to actually start to heal the timeline, start to release the trauma, the anger, and forgive it. right? So personally, that's one of the things I would say is a huge thing for you to work on yourself, because you can't work on Purnell. You have to work on yourself. Let Purnell work on Purnell. And you have to choose to do it. And thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. And this is for anybody. You have to choose to do your own healing. You can't tell somebody to do healing for you because it's not healthy energy. What you need to do is just control what you can control is you, right? Everything always comes back to you. And I'm spiritual healing. Like, I'm not going to tell you a flowery story like many card readers will, where, oh, your person's pining for you. Who gives a shit? We don't care whether that person's pining for you or not. All we care about is how do we heal ourselves so we become more magnetic to get the true relationship that we're meant to be in, not the relationship that we feel we're meant to be in because of trauma responses and what society tells us. So I hope that's helpful for you. So let me know if anybody else has any questions. I think I might pull one or two more sets of cards here. I think we're going to get some advice from the higher selves because somebody's definitely having a communication issue, because I feel that throat chakra energy coming in. Whoever just jumped in here, I can feel that energy very strongly, that your throat chakra is blocked, very blocked. So please do watch the replay. And I want to get some higher self messages of inspiration. And let's see what the higher selves want to tell us. So, Spirit, what does thank you, Sonia. We appreciate you. What does the higher self want to say for the collective watching us on this Thanksgiving Day? Wow, that one popped right back in the deck. Never seen that one happen before, but I'm putting it back down. Let's see what that one is. What else, Spirit? You want me to shuffle a little bit more? All right. What else does the higher self want to say for everybody here watching? And I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your holiday to come watch my live. I'm live on both TikTok and YouTube. Soon, at one point, I think I'm going to go back to Facebook and go live on Facebook as well. I do have a Facebook group. It's called Silver Fox Spiritual. Look for the one that is a public group, not the private one. The private one I'm closing out. I don't post to it anymore because I want to do lives on the public one. Know whatever decision you made, it was the right one, right? So Spirit's saying stop second guessing yourself a lot of times. Uh, Spirit's also making a confirmation on what I've been saying, and I keep on saying like a parrot, right? When you start, the path appears. So take a step in any direction, right? And what Spirit's saying is that you have to move your foot first for that path to appear. And once you do, the path's going to keep on appearing. And so the more you choose to make a choice, and no choice is wrong, it's just one may take you a little bit longer than the other, but each of those choices brings in a healing and brings in an experience. And so you don't stand still, start walking, because healing is not going to find you. You need to find the healing. And you have many layers of truth to discover. And this is very true. And this is something that's true within light language as well, where you have layers and layers and layers of trauma. We've been in this simulation, this 3D, for trillions and trillions and trillions of years. We don't, or should I say, not years, but lifetimes. And there's nothing left for us to learn or whatever within it. It may shake some people up. What we need to do now is just heal the trauma and get out of the programs that are holding us back. And everything is a program, whether that's tarot cards or whether that's light language, whatever. They're all systems, and we have to heal ourselves from every one of these systems piece by piece, start pulling it apart, and then, get ourselves to release the trauma. As we release the trauma, we become lighter energetically, and the more energetically lighter we are, we finally get to a point where this realm can't hold our light, and we get out of this polarity for good. Otherwise, we're trapped in here. Anybody who you still see on YouTube, including myself, we're still trapped. Guess what? None of us are healed. None of us are, fully healed. We're all healing. It's a process, and it's a very long process. You can do it within this lifetime, but you really have to be very, very persistent. You have to be consistent, and you have to allow that healing to happen. So I hope that helps anybody. I'm going to give us about another 5 minutes or so, see if anybody else wants to join. Perhaps everybody's out eating their Thanksgiving meal at this point. It's if you do have a question, now's the time to jump on and put that question in. If you would like one of my mini readings, now is the time to do that. I have 2 days left. Today's the 28th. The 30th is ending of my Black Friday special. I'll probably get flagged for community guidelines for saying Black Friday. They did that to me on TikTok until they realized that it's not an abusive term. However, I have the $35 full reading, normally 55, $35 personal light language, normally 55. Probably by the end of the year, that 55 is going to go to 60 as food prices have gone through the roof. And with that, let's see if anybody has anything. If you're interested in those specials, also the $10 mini light language for available. If you mention it, I will not print that anywhere. It'll only be available till the 30th. And the $5 What's Blocking You in Love is also available until the 30th. I've yet to actually get somebody to take me up on What's Blocking You in Love because most people don't want to know. They'd rather just flounder and sit back and basically run on the hamster wheel because God forbid it's a problem within self versus the somebody else's issue, right? It's and to clear it out, it's always a problem within self. It's never a problem with anybody else's energy. If anybody else's energy is bringing you down, well, guess what? You're allowing it, so stop allowing it. But it's going to be hard to figure out why you're allowing it because it could be 3,000 lifetimes ago, and until you can get in touch with yourself, you're not going to get that information. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody for joining. I'd like to thank everybody for taking some time on their Thanksgiving. Uh, hopefully it has passed some of the time, so you don't have to watch any football if the football is not that good. I'm not even sure who's playing today. Uh, I like hockey myself. Went to a Devils game. What a great game that was on Monday, and so enjoy the rest of your holiday. Thank you for stopping by, and it's now time, it's last chance for anybody who has a question to put it in while I put my cards away. And if you do have a question, put it in now. Otherwise, we will see you after the holidays. I might, and definitely check out my uh, light language channel, Silver Fox Spiritual Healing, and that's on YouTube because I'm going to be putting a light language out there. Probably right after this, I'm going to start recording it for removal of some really nasty implants that were put on during the Lemurian times, which were very, very difficult to remove. I'm going to try to pull down the codes to help remove them, or at least kind of give you enough to allow you to remove yourself. Because even when I pull down the light language, it's really you doing the healing. It's not me. I'm just giving you the codes, and you yourself within your own energy are going to do the healing work itself. You just needed to be reminded of a few codes, and I can help with that because I can bring those codes down. So have a wonderful day. If you are going to ask a question, now is the time before I shut down. I've got a couple more boxes that I've got to find to put my cards in. Otherwise, it is the end of this live. So with that, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful holiday. And if you missed the light language activation, please do watch the replay from the beginning because it's somewhere in the middle. But this activation is going to help you deal with the holiday season, clear out your energy systems so that manifestations and better experiences will flow. Have a great day.